right. So this is going to be the first that going to be recording this, and at the same time, it's also going on live as well.
Okay. Going live as well?
Because you said going on Bigo.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
Yeah. Ba-ba-dum.
Wah, serious the question
No. This one you cannot look at the question one. No lah. I mean, did I send you some of these?
No, you didn't.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Oh shoot. Okay, that's even better. So you got no time to prepare.
Memang tak prepare langsung
Yeah.
Memang tak prepare.
But that's the how podcast is supposed to be. It's supposed to be,
random.
Yeah, supposed to be free flow, supposed to be casual. So make yourself comfortable lah. Maybe as usual lah, a fist away from the microphone. It's good. Or if you want to go right up, yeah, you can adjust. Can. You can adjust every in a way. Have to be quite a bit lah. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. All right.
Testing. 1, 2.
Headphones. Actually, the main reason why the headphones is so that you don't, when you hear you and the guest, all right, so you don't talk over each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because in natural,
1, 2. I didn't hear anything.
The top right volume.
Oh,
should be there.
1, 2, 2. No, I didn't hear anything.
Yeah. Don't hear anything.
Okay, now I hear. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay, now I can hear you. Just now I can't hear anything.
Okay, technical difficulties, technical stuff out of the way. But the main reason why headphones is so that, and
you
learning from how other people do podcasts is because you first hearing your own voice, and then in normal conversation with friends in a group.
Okay. Can hear.
We always talk. yeah. You bring whatever you're comfortable with lah.
Yeah.
So we always talk over each other, and in normal day-to-day conversation, it's fine. I understand you, you understand me.
Yep.
But in a podcast or when you record it, it's very annoying for the listener when people talk over each other, because you'll be like, oh, what's going on? Yeah. So that is why you see a lot of podcasts. They always with the headphones. Like okay.
Wait, before we start
Yes.
Can you help me to press that get?
Oh yeah, sure. All this is gonna, I don't know whether I edit in or I keep it in also can.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Just press go live, right?
Yeah. Because this also never guarantee how many people will be in at this point of time.
2, 1, and we are live on.
Nice.
We're live on both MixChat and also on Bigo.
Nice.
How are you, my friend?
Good.
All right.
Good.
So this is historic because I have never been on Bigo or something like that. I do have TikTok. Just have the account. I just put like 1 or 2 videos out.
Same here. Yeah.
But now
I do the same.
But now Bigo, I feel like I should be doing some dance or singing or. I'm sorry, that might be a stereotype.
You can though if they actually like.
Okay, let's not go there. Yeah.
Alright, dude.
Thank you so much, man. Yeah.
Well, this is a nice setup, man.
Thank you lah. It's I've always said that my studio is always been a glorified studio.
Nice.
It's been take a long journey. Obviously now with this setup, doing like I mentioned to you earlier, I'm doing a couple of podcasts. I have some podcast clients who come in. Once a week they record an episode and all that.
I always thought this setup is in the control room.
Oh no.
Yeah. When I saw the picture, I was like, oh. Is this one corner of the control room, or it won't be the live room? So I was thinking like, I must be in the control room. I forgot about this.
The
recording booth.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember doing BVC.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
So different setup, like either this, if you want more of like a table, which I like because it's a little bit more face to face.
Yeah, true.
But some like my other clients, they like this setup with the the couch chairs where they're sitting in the corner. So different setup. You can have different arrangement.
Yeah, this is good, man. This is good.
Yeah, different style lah.
Yeah.
For me, this is a little bit more, so face to face.
Asas Rakaman dan Produksi Music.
Have you seen this book?
No. Who's it from?
You want to check it out? This is from a good buddy of mine, Hairul Hasnan. He's also an engineer and a producer. I thought you would like this book. That's why I purposely brought it over here to take a look.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So he just finished his doctorate, his PhD from university in UK.
Uh-huh.
And now he's lecturing in UITM. He's a drummer. He teaches. He wrote this book, and this is the first book of its type that is 100% written in Malay in
Oh,
PM.
serious? Yeah lah.
So he covers all the. It's not super basic, It's basic, but also gets a little bit, intermediate as well. So he published this book. I got a lot. I got
for the real pictures and all that, huh?
Yep.
The plugins,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Lanjutan
So he,
pemah-
yep. And he gave me like a preview to sort of proofread the whole thing,
Serious, huh?
and it was great. It was fantastic. I mean, you will see my testimonial at the back also lah. That's why I.
Hey, but I like the fact that he wrote it in not so much of a proper
Yes.
Malay
Yes.
interpretation tau.
Yes.
If you were to do that, I'd be probably the last person who can actually understand though.
Yeah. Yes. Correct. If you actually read lah, like some of the scenarios is very I mean, the word is
Cakap
a
pasar.
bit, bahasa pasar a bit.
Pasar-pasar.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, like, you see this, like, korang boleh cuba banyak lagi jenis drive
Yes.
atau saturation untuk memberikan toner yang sesuai untuk projek korang. You get what I mean or not?
Yeah.
Like,
Mm.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Immediate understand.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
so I've been, I gave some to my interns. I bought a bunch of his books lah. It's
Wow.
available, Yeah. Hey, Harold, shout out to Harold, shouting out and promoting your book.
Nice one, man. Nice one.
Nice one. You should meet him one of these days. He's an
Nice.
awesome, cool dude.
He's at UITM now.
He's just started teaching at UITM.
Oh,
Yeah.
teaching recordings.
Music production lah.
Music production.
Yeah. So I think UITM has seriously getting into that course also, which they
Nice,
should.
man.
Which they should, because all the especially the government, the public university lah, the IPTA has a little bit been slow behind on all this. Yeah, on the music production. Yeah, you wanna bring this. You gonna bring the mic a little bit down, a little bit lower as well. Yeah.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, I mean,
Better.
depending, yeah, because you're down also because up there, so it kind of blocks.
This can tilt.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
It's like anyway you can tilt also. And
I need to have one of these. This is Samsung, huh?
you should do.
This is Samsung,
No
man.
lah, got different brand one. K&M also got, Samsung also got.
Nice,
China
man.
OEM also got. Yeah, you should do your own podcast, man.
Nice. I've been doing that Abang Lubang for quite a while now. I should be continue after the 6th episode.
Right.
That was crazy, yeah.
Yeah, but do it do your own one and just talk about your own things and what you want to
but-
talk about.
Who
Yeah.
wants to listen to me?
Who wants to listen to this podcast anyway? Look, I do this actually more for a selfish reason, right? To I think with you it would be the 18th one that I've done.
Okay.
So I've been talking to other fellow producers, fellow engineers, some musicians as well, but mostly it's producers, engineers, and musicians lah.
Yeah, faham.
Yeah, it's these three. I, as much as I don't mind, I will don't mind talking to like the artists and celebrity as well, if they want to come on board lah.
Yeah, correct. If you
But-
want to share stuff,
Hey, but I love to talk about talk, and you and I we've spent many times, sitting in a mama or restaurant around here and chatting about gear and
Unfortunately, we probably be seen as aliens though. We are aliens, right?
yeah.
Imagine I told you about the U47 FET, yeah?
Yes.
The day I'm boxic in my studio, a friend of mine brought his wife, just to meet up. We haven't met for a long time. So we had food. Then after that, we were just fixing up. And, while we were unboxing and both of us were like lifting up that 6,000 USD mic together. Like, like you just found a goal and the way we untie from the plastic. And all this time, we will handle it, both of us, we were holding it. And his wife were like looking at us with this face like, the heck is wrong with these two idiots, So we were
It's
like,
just a microphone.
Look at that. Look at the inside, dude. We were like, and then I just turned around and looked at the wife and said, sorry, man. I mean, like, people like us, right? Probably other men would look at ladies with boobs and ass, be like, wow. But for us, we look at beautiful mic, it'd be more wow than looking at girls, Unfortunately lah, that's how weird we are. I tell them that,
Yes,
And
yes.
she start laughing, She said, serious? Yeah.
Mm.
Then when we run through the whole process of fixing the mic, like handling the mic preamp, then she was looking, then at the end of the day, she was like, I think I begin to understand. You guys are quite a different breed of people.
Yeah. I mean, there always parallels in other areas as well. The people who like to collect, let's say, those Gundam or those Transformers,
yes, correct,
those kind of things. There are people who are into cars. There are
Yes.
people who are into watches. There are people who are into different things.
Correct.
Yeah, we all have our little strange club filled with our own strange clique of people who
Can.
speak a different language.
Yeah, especially like when you were running through, just for example, an Instagram, everybody were looking at all the what lah. Yeah,
Influencer.
we were just like running through the influencer, and then we found a new mic that came on. And you just stop and like, wow.
Oh.
And you literally turn the phone 360 degrees. Also, it doesn't make any difference. You be like, this must be really nice, They start reading the spec.
Yeah. Or the ones that I really like to look at are the studio photos. The studio photos.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, this studio here, I wish. This studio, this studio in the US or the Europe.
How I wish I got this live room. Let's get. Oh, that's a nice board.
Yeah. Well, so that goes to show. I guess social media has something for everyone.
Yeah. It does, though. It does.
Yeah.
It does. It's still what we are looking for, and why we are there for, right?
Yeah.
It's just another parallel universe that you actually need to understand how it works and how it actually affects you. Because nowadays, it's becoming more negative than positive. Although I see people, they are actually fighting to make it very positive. There are people who just still throwing positive vibes. And I know it's not easy.
Yep.
I know it's not easy, but when I start to turn and look at things differently, I found a lot of cool stuff,
Yeah.
that actually I never found all these years,
Yeah.
So those tools are very mind reading. You know how it works, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they see what you're looking for, and then they actually team down. Can we actually talk about this year though?
Yeah, sure, man. So what? Suddenly,
those social medias are mind readers, right?
Yeah.
They track your pattern, they track everything, which could be dangerous at the same time. But the best thing is, you can't lie to what you're looking for. You get what I mean?
Yep.
Kan, after a while if you check your friend punya search punya page kan, semua ada Insta famous yang you already know like what you've been looking for, bro. Don't lie. I know for sure what you're looking for.
Exactly.
Kan?
My YouTube feed is messed up now because I was taking care of my son for past 1 month. So it's all messed up now because I let him use the phone.
Yeah.
So whatever he search is like, hey, why am I getting this thing in my recommendation? This cartoon lah.
Why is this Coco Melon song all the way here?
No. He's not in Coco Melon already, okay?
Oh, it's not Coco Melon.
Coco Melon for him is like, that's for babies.
Oh, serious?
For kids are actually, if we talk to like early childhood educators and specialists and all that, from their observation and their studies right now, even though, because when they look at content, like say Coco Melon, supposedly it was supposed to be designed for 2 to 5 lah, supposedly lah.
2 to 5, yes.
But honestly, now when kids are maturing at a faster rate than used to.
Yeah, they do.
I was driving home, with my kid in the back seat. We were tuned to Hits FM lah, because I don't know what else to tune to lah.
Serious?
And he knows the songs on Hits.
Kan?
Yang I pun tak tahu. It's like, my favorite song. It's like, huh?
He'd be like, what?
So, but that's not supposed to be the target demographic. 6-year-old knows all the songs on Hits.
Yeah.
Because that's actually what he actually likes to listen to.
Yeah.
So that's why my YouTube feed also lah.
So who showed them those feeds?
I don't know. It's somehow rather, YouTube. It actually more of game. I think it's gaming. It starts from gaming videos. So sometimes they will, the shorts especially, because YouTube also now has shorts. They
will incorporate some songs into the
scenes,
exactly.
They'll take whatever the hot song right now into that footage, and
All the
That's cool.
scorings, that's where it all
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
That's how it should be, though. That's
Mm.
how it should be.
Yeah. So, it's like Minecraft video, Roblox video,
Uh-uh.
League of Legends kind of video, but with those songs that
Those
playing in the
songs,
background.
we should be doing that though to educate people though.
Interesting. Educate.
In
Yeah,
a
I
way
mean,
lah,
in a way lah.
in a way,
Yeah.
because that's where there's one thing for sure that I hold on to: visual,
Mhm.
sonically,
Mhm.
and taste sense. I will put at sonically number one, definitely, for everything that I believe,
Yeah.
Even you got scared, it's through your ears. What you see doesn't necessarily make you scared. Am I right? And then sense of that ears that deliver to the vibration, it's back to the ears again. Second, then sense of taste. Because what you smell also will drop down to your taste.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, but then even when there are paranormal guys who went to do paranormal research and all that, I tell them, I say, you know what, it's hard for me to believe that visually you capture this, you capture that. He asked me why. I say because these things are like, in this I call it second dimension, and they get along well with frequencies. That's why like a lot of people who are working with frequencies overnight, they always come across this shit. It's normal. Because it works well with all the frequencies.
Right.
You get what I mean?
I mean, I've heard stories, but and I have worked in places which are like, and obviously middle of the night and all that, late nights in some studios. I've never, not touch wood lah, I've never had anything, I joke and say, oh, because I'm Christian, so it's like, so this thing I'm not affected. I joke like that lah, But yeah, people have told stories. You know what I want to do one of these days?
Yeah.
I just want to take a microphone, just stick it out in the stairways or somewhere, and just record the sound overnight and just see what happens.
Yeah, that'd be good though. No, serious, that would be good.
And then
though.
try and analyze and see, hey, how come got this thing
Yeah.
then but sometimes not necessarily within the human range.
Yep.
It could be suddenly like, hey, why is this 30 kilohertz thing
It does
happening?
though. It does,
so
yeah.
where is it coming from?
Yeah. But that's the whole point. That's what I've been trying to tell them. I said because I got that from my personal experience when I was in the army. Back those time, and then everything comes with frequency, bro. It's just that frequency. Like for example, you got a very good network, and we turn on the radio, and it's suddenly this like it's not the normal interference,
Okay.
And then it just got back in like nobody's business.
Mm.
And when you got what I mean, like we knew how the frequency works for radio and how you got, when there's interference, but when it's just immediate, something must be that huge to actually cross it for it to be like, okay, bye-bye for a while. You get what I mean? That TV, during those time of TV, and then some guy got shocked in the toilet and he was shouting. And then the immediate when he was shouting, the TV went like, those kind of thing, which I told them, if somebody told you I can capture something on what is it? Is it negative? Or is it like very, physically that you can see? Because normally it won't show that way. It's just frequency, It'd be funny if I'm like, oh yeah, there it is, how it looks like.
Well, you're giving me ideas when we should do like a show, like a paranormal investigation, but from
from a scientific punya angle lah kan. But because that's what they've been doing. I mean, when they analyse, when I see those people in States doing like, oh, they really analyse it, and they explain why they chose that mic for to capture that and the range of frequency that they got.
But I'm always disappointed in all those shows. It's like until now, to this date, I still have not seen. After how many episodes, still cannot see any ghosts.
Cannot see ghosts, yeah. That's the thing. That's the thing, though. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's cool, man. Yeah. And I like how this whole podcast went into this whole tangent about and
paranormal
about paranormal stuff. Yeah, but I always contemplated doing that, just record, some random space, or just take a recorder, go to some random place and just record and see what happens.
Yeah. Like the guy who put the mic in the middle of the earth, like where it was too deep. So he just push down the microphone. I'm thinking like, why not a camera?
Mm-hmm.
Just bring down the camera that you can actually pull on wire, right? Just bring it down until the end. Why a mic? Because they know, put a mic, it will capture better. Don't use camera, use a mic.
Okay.
I'm very sure they know that frequency range. So, well, maybe from video it will be 60, but it might be 30, like just what you said. You never know,
Yep.
So they drill it in. Or they might be using your overhead mic and bring it down slowly. Okay, you hear anything or not?
I mean, any of those, even cheap condenser mics, probably going to be better than whatever the
Precisely,
camera mic.
camera mic. That's why. Well, but it's again, the disappointment is after that. What is the result? Because sometimes you get something, sometimes you don't. So like you said, like maybe typically you just put it on the on the stairs for a night and see what's going on, just randomly. If it's on regular, I'm very sure you will capture something. It might be slight, or maybe sometimes I don't know. I don't find it like scary. I find it like interesting, or it's either interesting or you piss me off.
Correct. Yeah, correct.
That's my approach to the second dimension. For all my life, it will be like that.
I see.
So I ever stayed at a place that's abandoned for like 5 years, or even currently now 10 years. And they always ask me, so what if you hear this? Ignore. I said, how? Because I'm tired. So I sleep lah. Son, don't piss me off when I have to record something and you make noise. I probably tell you, can you shut the fuck up? I'm trying to record something here. Why you so fierce with all this stuff here? Like, of course, something that you can see. It's different when something that you can see, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me, can you that'd be different lah.
Okay, right. I don't know, but that's a good thought. Whether is it something you hear or see that will scare you, will scare you more? Is it a visual thing or?
I did funny. I don't know why I do this. Don't ask me. I do a research. I asked 10 friends. This was many years back. It's just out of fun because I just want to be sure. As you know, when I was making my pilgrimage journey, I went through quite a bit because I was like also before I was half paralyzed. I can't walk for 1.5 years. But all through that process, when I was learning about my own religion, something just makes me understand that you actually get affected much sonically, not visually. For almost everything that you hear, it's either you hear and nobody else hear, or it's everyone could hear it. So in many things, even when we were trying to study in religion, in Islam as well, so what audibly that you hear get affected faster than what you actually see. And still the funny thing is people still choose to believe what they see 100%. And they've been warned that sometimes seeing could be deceiving, isn't it? Yeah. So that's why I said, for me personally, as a person, I think sonically is how human get affected the fastest and the most, not say efficient, the most, what do you call it? Effective?
Yeah.
The most effective?
I suppose so.
It's because it's frequency, you see? That frequency, when I begin to understand, like, okay, so that's how sensitive it is. And people like us been, again, never thought about how dangerous it could be for our ears in the next 20, 30 years.
Oh yeah.
We don't know, be like, okay. After getting to this age, should I get my ears checked or not?
and that's an interesting topic as well. That is also another topic that definitely that's
true.
definitely important to us lah. But I don't know, is it just because of maybe that's why we say the voice of God or hearing voices? What is it that you say that about the sound that you hear?
On
when you say it on your own personal journey.
Okay. As far as there was this point when we were serving the national service. So like you have to do a certain where like for signalers they will actually send you to to the grave to do lines, one point to another point.
Right. Yeah, just to clarify, so you're talking about the national service lah.
In Singapore National Service.
Singapore National Service, yes. Because
Yeah.
every male needs to serve 2 years, right? Yeah.
Yes, because see, like for me and my elder brother, he's born here, I'm born in Singapore. So he don't have to serve and I have to serve. So
Yeah. But your citizenship is your warga negara is
my main IC is still Singapore. Both my parents are Malaysian. My elder brother is Malaysian. I'm the only black sheep.
Ooh, all right.
At the moment, I'm the only black sheep. So I'm holding a pass to be able to don't have to go back to Singapore and come back here.
Yep. Okay, thanks. Just to clarify only.
Yeah.
After people will think that this one the latihan the our national service in Malaysia.
No, it wasn't.
This is the
Singapore National Service.
the real deal national service where you
Oh
get
my
to
God.
hold guns and actually go in the
See, if you go to the army, you hold guns and you go to the trainings, and you go to police, so it's the same thing, training and earlier. And then if you go to civil defense, you will be close to the firefighters and the ambulance and stuff, right? So I belong to the civil defense. So basically, you will run a few months of basic military training. After that, they put you on post. You'll be posted as a private until you become a lance corporal, a corporal. Anything corporal and above, you'll be entitled to finish another half a year. So it's 2.5 years.
right.
Yeah, and they say like, okay, we give you a pay rise. I tell you, know what, kids nowadays went to national service, their pay are amazing. I remember my pay was only $200+ for a month, and I was riding a 400cc bike. That even I think with the petrol that I consume, my pay will be finished in within not two lah, even like 1 week plus. Yeah, finito. And luckily that point of time there's no like smartphone. There's only like pages and all that, so your bill is still like it is okay.
You don't have the prepaid that you have to top up credit lah.
And when you have girlfriends, you literally don't use your money. You literally don't use your salary because it's all for them.
Yeah. Well, but then again, you should be well paid. So sorry, I interrupted you. Back to what about the signalers in the graveyard?
Okay, so the like even let's say like we put another scenario while I'm on duty.
Yeah.
Like when I'm on duty, like I'm at a place where I'm very sure my 2 years there, every single year that I heard there's somebody who will commit suicide. That is the reality that doesn't come out on the papers.
Yep.
And during my time, I witnessed 3. 3 suicide, and this is for real. They never going out of the papers.
Yep.
And then when I talk to the old officers and I ask them what's wrong, if then they tell me like, you saw that house over there, the red house over there. They tell me this story. They say, I was like, okay, right. So I was like, but just listening to them, taking notes until I freaking experience it myself. So when I become an NCO, right, you have to take care of these recruits that were going on prowling around the camp. Because I'm being posted in the camp at the headquarters. So at the training center itself, So when they were doing prowling and stuff, at night, suddenly, it smells so nice. And I'm like, right, I'm really tired. Don't piss me off. And I was like, because, you were there 7 a.m. to actually on roll call, in front of the RSM, to make sure that, okay, you are ready. You are late. Once, twice, you're not going back.
Right.
Then by the time in the evening, if you have to do your duty, you'll be dead beat, really tired,
Yep.
Tired to even the ghost is standing beside you, you don't give a shit. Because you're so tired, But then, there are a couple of things, because it's near, in an areas where there's a lot of death, that it's near the huge graveyard where the signalers guy went and do their course, right? To a signal. They also got their own story, which they themselves don't understand. This guy went to point B to meet the guy already at point B. And when you go there, the guy is not there. So he comes back. When he comes back, the guy at point A together walk with him to the point B. And the guy said, where the heck have you been? I've been waiting here for so long.
Oh.
Yeah. Those kind of things. And then like, two of my recruit ever got possessed, which I don't understand. One came back with a huge tore on his pants because while he was running from what he saw, he tripped and fell into the drain. And his partner left him and ran to the guard post where I'm sitting when I'm about to just take my sleep. So I was like actually not doing my job. I was doing in the daytime for a while. I was like, okay, I want to have some sleep. Anything just go, okay, corporal. So I went to sleep. So suddenly this guy, corporal, wake up, corporal. I said, what the hell? What's going on? Then I look at him, it's like mud here and then here, you know. So I said, I trip and fall. Dia cakap, you trip and fall, why? I saw the thing. And I said, where's your friend? Maybe in the drain. I was like, maybe in the drain? What did you do? Cakap, I left him there. I was like, oh my God. You left him there? You literally put your friend under the bus. That's amazing, no?
So
yes,
so much for comradeship in the army. You're supposed to like no man left behind, right? This one, like, oh, I'm sorry.
So I was like, come, follow me. Let's go and see him. Come on, let's go. So we went out lah. I was not wearing a full U. No, I took off my Smart 4. So I was just left with the pants and the boots. So I went out with this white shirt and I was like, hey, wait a minute. So back in again. I took this long baton. And then they asked me, corporal, why you bring baton with you? Why you want to beat the shit of the ghost? So it's not about the ghost. What if it's not a ghost? Can I trust you guys to be real? You know, like
what if it's like some wild animal?
Someone or wild animal, and I come in empty-handed. So I'm not that dumb, though. I was like, okay. So we went there. You know, we walked there. The first thing that I hear was somebody laughing, bro. You can imagine. Because he fell near the parade square.
Okay.
Near the parade square, then there's a drain and then a steep hill you have to climb. So there's a stairs. So I don't know where he saw this thing that he decided not to take the stairs. So they literally together run up the hill.
Right.
So one of them fell and this guy was like, bye-bye. And he just left him and he fell also on top. So I didn't know that I can hear the first thing is I hear this lady like wailing and I was like, okay. I said, no, this is confirmed lah. I said,
okay.
Then I look at, okay, this is the parade square. Next to the parade square, it's where they found a lady hang themselves on the top floor. So I just have a look up. And that unit is already locked. No, it was never open.
Okay.
Yeah, so all the rest of the people that on that block are not allowed to get in there. So somehow my officer said, no, they leave that room for her lah. I said, okay.
It's a block, as in it's like a part of the camp. It's
in blocks because there's a lot of platoon but then when it's like a flats, block of flats, like 10 floor, So I look up to that particular unit and I look at the lights are on lah, bro.
It's supposed to be locked.
And it's supposed to be locked. So how the hell somebody got in and switch on the light? So I was thinking, which monkey opened out the lights, Then when I say that, I literally say it in my heart, not in my mouth. It's like, which monkey turned out the light? Then I hear her laughing again. I said, okay, guys, now let's find your friend. And then we start shouting out. Then suddenly I hear a guy's voice. And this voice is so horrible, I was like being skeptical a bit, because it was like, I was like, okay, wait, might be, what do you call wild boar or something like that. So I said, never mind, let me walk in front.
Oh,
it's okay. So,
your phone.
Okay. So I walk in front.
Yeah.
So when I walk in front, slowly, I saw this thing which I don't know what, right, coming out like that, out of the drain.
What?
Now I was like, what the heck is that? So you know what actually happened? The other recruit that the friend left fell head first down.
Okay.
So his leg was out. And he literally was trying to actually, shout when his face was inside that shallow waters of drain.
Yes, yeah. So that's why his voice.
He can't breathe.
So his voice was like muffled like that.
Muffled, and
so
I was like, wait, take this guy out, I said, take this guy out, hurry up. And they were like very reluctant. I said, no, take this guy out. What are you doing? Don't waste your time. Just take out. So we bring him out. Oh, he literally cannot step on the floor because on the ground. I mean, because I think he twisted his ankle or something like that.
Right.
And then he fractured his knee. So all of us were helping him to get to the mesh room and put him there and then ask him to relax. And then again I said, okay, now everybody settled, right? So can I go to sleep or not? And they are still like
In shock lah, like
and I can see like, can I go to sleep or not? Because what comes next was, do we still have to prowl or not, Corporal? Of course. Who's gonna clock the prowl? I said,
Yeah.
you are gonna prowl. They said, oh, can we all prowl together? Okay, I can't sleep now. I said, I'm very sure we got to solve this problem. I said, okay, never mind. Instead of going in 2, can we go in 3s? I said. And then they were like, can we make it 5 or not? Can you believe that or not? So in the end, I actually make them into double groups.
Yeah.
So it's exchange. So like one group is about 5 to 7 people. Just so that they'll be happy to do it
Okay,
themselves.
all right.
And they're making the clock so fast. I think they were not walking.
Mm.
They were running. It's around the camp, no, they were
Yeah.
running. So that's one of those things that you hear, you can hear, and then you want to tell people like, oh, this is what I hear, no, it sounds like this. No, actually, I can't mimic what I hear, Yeah.
It's very personal. It's very private, right? What you hear.
Not only that, I don't want to be telling them, do you hear what I hear?
Mm.
Because maybe I'm the only one who hear it and they don't. Or maybe they hear it, I don't.
That's even scarier.
Oh, that's even scarier, you get me or not? Yeah, that's even scarier. Especially the guy who fell, those 2 recruits, right? I never actually get into the conversation of asking them that, what actually you hear, what actually you see. No, I didn't. I didn't. He only said that we saw the ghost and we start running. Then I said, where's your friend? I don't know. That's where my mind just got lost. I said, I don't know. I said, okay. Then I look at it, like, why are you all bleeding? So I fell on the way here. Dia cakap, did you run? Yeah, of course you will fall. Why did you run?
Oh boy.
I was like, I think it's behind me. But they were traumatic. Now I understand how traumatic one can be. But I'm very sure that somehow or other, I asked a lot of NCOs that were on duties. They said most came from sonically, what they hear first.
Heard something.
Before even you claim you see anything or not. And then when they say, but when you see, you won't actually point out at it because you're not very sure what you see.
Right.
So most of them are very scared that it will be real from what they see. So they don't want to point out. They just see and like, okay. But what's so disturbing for them, they say it's sonically. So that's how I realized sonically really affects you so much,
Yep.
More than visually, you get me? You hear only or
That's a good lesson. That's why that's why sound design, sound effects, and all that is deadly important.
Deadly important.
That's why sound is important in movies, in visuals, and
precisely.
Yeah.
And yet they still want to pay us less,
Yeah, that's what we were that's what we were talking about before we started the podcast at the Baba. Yeah.
They still want to pay us less. Unfortunately, guys, those who are learning audio engineering, don't give up. Don't give up. And we are trying our best. May the force be with you.
This is the way.
This is the way to heaven.
Oh boy. That's a great story, man. And dude, now, okay, usually I record most of the podcasts in the daytime and afternoon. Now we record at night. And after this, I'm usually still going to be staying awake doing some stuff. I'm going to be like, hey, takut already listening to. Yeah.
The thing is, I used to. Who's not? I was afraid too until I discovered. This is very, very honest. I think until I discovered that it's all sonically, then I start have a change of mindset. I used to be so freaking afraid. Seriously, until I realized, oh, it's sonically, and then when I realized that, all right, you're on second dimension. I'm on this dimension. Like basically, I don't wanna F around with you. You just don't F around with me. Basically, that's about it.
Right.
So I'm just doing my thing. If you are here, you're welcome.
Right.
We are sharing the same place. You'll be happy, I'll be happy. If I did anything wrong, just let me know. So I told my friend that, and then they asked me back, so how do you let them, do they let you know? Can you tell us how? I said, how the heck would I know? Sometimes they do let you know. I said, well, how do they let you know? How do I want to explain it to you? They sometimes do let you know.
It's how are you going to explain, right? It's impossible to convey.
Oh.
It's hard to convey, right?
I might have something for you, JD.
Oh my God. What? Is it you got something on your phone?
Yeah.
Holy.
That happens quite near here. And the thing is, I was with some of our friends.
Okay.
We're having lunch, and then they took a picture of us,
Mm.
and I posted on Instagram, and I never thought that that happened, because I never really looked through until somebody looked through,
Mm.
and then enlarged the picture and sent it back to me. Say, bang, what is that?
What the hell?
And then I'm like, oh yeah, that's it. I said, yeah, that is it. I said, then I was like, are you serious? Yeah, that is it. Yeah. Now that you show me, yeah, that's the real one. I said, so they'll be like, oh, serious lah bang. I said, yeah, serious. They cakap, oh, that's how it shows. Yeah, it's normally like that. It's negative.
Mm. In the this was in daytime.
This is in
This was
daytime.
during
Yeah, daytime. Yeah.
Yeah. This ghost that follows the office hours.
Tapi serious the was crazy lah. Basically never expected this okay, ni dia. It's a picture still here lah.
I mean I have right, again, touch wood. I've never encountered.
Remember Azari Jaafar, me, we were at a place here which I don't want to mention here lah. It's not nice.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so it's very nearby here.
Let's just say, yeah, it's a place nearby.
Did you see that?
Okay.
If you enlarge it bigger, you see what I see?
I mean, it looks like a face.
But a face that you can't describe, isn't it?
I mean, yeah.
See, when I see that, my arms are
Mm.
You see? But when it being captured, it will turn out like this, normally.
Okay.
Because you know what? When I see, this is what I see. Yeah. Because it won't appear like how you see on those.
Right, okay.
It doesn't. It's so in a second dimension. How can it appear in that manner? Yeah, of course, to those.
I'm usually a skeptic when it comes to this. Yeah. But again lah, that's me as a skeptic lah.
Precisely.
But the thing is, one thing this is from what I've seen and read, because on maybe I've seen all those some paranormal shows where they describe faces, is actually we humans, we always tend to spot faces in everything we see.
Yeah.
So that's our evolution. We evolved that way.
Betul.
Yeah.
Correct. That is true. But you remember if like the shades of like this. Okay, with these shades for it's with light mere shades. They won't be what's the word for it? They won't be glorified. Glorified. Like it's so gorish looking.
Okay.
You get what I mean? So when it came out negatively gorish looking, which shadow can come out with that though?
I know there's always a possibility somehow.
They would.
The
Kalau
light
the lights and the
maybe
correct. That's why whenever we got this, the first thing that we would do is we used to look at the lights. So like when this person sent me, I was like looking at the lights and looking how it fall. I say, no, that is it. Because I remembered when I was sitting there.
Okay.
The lights were here. And then we were doing something about like putting lights and putting something there, see where it shines. And then that is definitely out of the way, bro. It's right behind, right at my side, without us even realizing it. And if you see, it's kind of like passing, no, not staying though. Kalau you nampak how it looks like, right?
It was kind of like, hey.
Like passing.
It was like,
it's like passing, no. So if you ever took a camera, right, when you actually snap and move at the same time, you will get that kind of effect. Which means instead of the subject moving, your camera is moving.
Right. Yes, correct.
I forgot what's the method they used to call that.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know, they call it motion blur or something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, correct. So like when you saw that negative just now, it's a moving negative. Who the heck moves?
I see, okay.
You get what I mean? No?
Yeah.
That's why I was looking through over and over again and I enlarged it again and I look at it and I was like, oh yeah, man, that's it. I said, okay, yeah, that's it. I said, I ever encountered that before. Okay, yeah, this is it. I said, why did you see it? In the first time, I don't see it at all. So all the other friends like Azari and all, I showed it to them and they were like, oh, shit. See, I didn't realize that. Yeah, so do I. So I didn't realize that until somebody pointed out. I'm like, oh, okay. That's why I said, when they see visually, they don't want to point it out. Because they are afraid it might be, for real, or it might not be it that we
Yeah,
saw.
yeah.
But sonically, it can't lie.
Mm,
Because sometimes you hear, I don't hear.
right.
Sometimes we both hear and be
Mm.
like, okay, let's not talk about it. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Something like that.
Yep. I mean, for Chinese superstition also, is either if you see something, don't point it out. That's what it's what they say lah.
Isn't it?
You're not supposed to point it out because you point it out, then you come and kacau you supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also like the ideology where, like the uncle told me,
Mm.
when they lock the unit, I tell him,
Yep.
why do you lock the unit? I said, yeah, we give them room for
Mm.
them to show that out of respect, if you are here before us, or if you are here also by coincidentally, we give you we give you a space for you, because probably you're in the second dimension, and then we are here. It's just out of respect, which I actually literally, from my understanding, I agree.
Mm.
I agree, but what's wrong with giving them a space?
Mhm.
Right?
Yep.
They are created here similar to us
Mm-hmm.
in the first place, right? We are sharing,
Yeah.
so why not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes sense, definitely.
only the sense where like they actually can glorify it by, taking a knife and stab you, that I don't believe.
Oh, okay.
You get what I mean?
Yep.
So
That one
it's-
is reaching beyond the dimension and already.
yeah. Interesting, how our ears actually can work in in things that we don't realize. Like I used to do concert.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those times when speakers are not self-powered,
Mm.
and they are huge speakers.
Mm.
Then we ever set up for a concert, surround speakers,
Yep.
and I was sleeping behind the speaker. I can't hear shit. Like, what I mean, I can't hear, but while the concert is going on, I sleep.
Mm.
I sleep behind the speakers,
Yeah.
So I brought this walkie-talkie by me, and they were trying to
Ah.
reach me.
Yeah.
They can't reach me because I was like dead asleep.
Yeah.
And suddenly, you know what happened? I dropped my keys from my pocket, and I woke up. How weird is that?
Mm.
I woke up because my keys went cling. And I was like, hey, my keys fall. And then I checked, like, they've been paging from just now. I said, crazy, man. Then I just said, like, hey, where the hell have you been? I said, I fell asleep. Behind the speakers. He said, are you nuts? I said, I don't know, I was too tired. So you don't hear anything, no? Except for the keys that fall.
Yep. There's an explanation for that, but I have to read up on that lah. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. There's some explanations for that. Again, maybe that's my skeptic brain. It's like, there's always an explanation for this. There's always an explanation
But
for that.
there would be. There might be an explanation for that, though. Kan?
Yeah,
Maybe
right.
our ears dah kena shave sikit. A certain frequency go through better than others after listening to big loudspeakers so long.
Yeah.
Kan?
And then the only way to do this is later I take the keys, I record, and then based on the analysis.
Yeah. No, that's right.
Yeah.
This frequency is more when the keys fall.
Mm.
So probably your ears is prone to this frequency more than the rest of the frequency.
There is another person that I know. Don't know whether you know Danny Kinchang. You know who is Danny?
Danny.
He used to be one XSA lecturer as well. He's more of a system like an installation engineer.
Danny. Where is he from?
He's Malaysian. Sabahan, I think. Yeah, Sabah, Sarawak. Yeah.
Familiar.
But he's Malaysian lah.
Malaysian.
But anyway, he's one of our AS guys also. So
okay.
he is doing research into shout out to Danny. Right? He's not on social media at all.
Okay.
So he is into electroacoustic and basically frequency therapy.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
So he has been doing a lot of and he has given some talks before. Like I think the past few years we did before MCO lah. We did like twice lah, because it's a very fascinating topic. So his side that one has got more to do with medical and healthcare and wellness. Using frequencies to target. Again lah, I can't really say, but that's an interesting thing as well. That one day I got to get him. If I'll ask him to do another of the workshops, because every time we organize that, a lot of people want to attend because it's like
interesting.
Then he will bring all the apparatus, the gadgets, right? It's really. It makes sense from an engineering perspective and a scientific perspective, but it involves frequencies, involves things like quantum entanglement and all that. So it's not mainstream
at all.
it's not mainstream at all. But when you actually, and I've dug a little bit into it, it makes sense from an audio engineering and a scientific point of view. It does actually make sense.
True.
Again, from anecdotal, research and all that, he's doing that lah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But how
You'll
I
be
wish,
fascinated. It'll be a fascinating thing to
I
look
wish
into.
all that
Mm.
all that like what Danny does, and then like what King Studio tried to do for that, the room,
Correct.
the chill out room with the right frequency for
Yes,
engineers
that
to
one-
relax and refresh.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
I just wish one day there would be a fest or not say carnival. Carnivals will be like too gangly for all audio engineers. It'd be like I don't know, like a spa fest or something like that for us to go around, and maybe it might not be outdoor, be indoors.
No, I actually we actually planned to do that in 2020 or 2020 along with Shashala. So because CK Eng, right, the owner of Kings, right, because that the sound, he call it the sound table, like sound healing. He's doing
the
his
sound healing,
sound healing table. And then we were planning to do like an open day. Invite audio engineers come in. You come and do one of the studios. We would turn it into a audio test booth. People come in, test their hearing, and there's one area, the old mastering studios, that's now turned into more like a lecture room. So you have some talks, we have seminars there. Then you have the sound healing there, so people can come in and try, and experiment and experience all this lah.
Yeah, and understand more about how frequency could be healing, how frequency could be brainwashing.
Yes, a lot of things.
That's why I say frequency comes first.
Yeah.
I just read something and actually went through and learned something about HAARP.
The high altitude. No. I wish I got when this podcast is a bit more changgay, I have a producer there to do the research, and then poof, you will Google up here, then we can see.
Then you can see.
Now don't have lah, no budget.
Oh, dude, it's so. It kind of worries me a lot. Very, very much. That I actually have nightmares, when after I look through some of those videos of that place in America. I mean, they explain bluntly what it was being used for, though. And you obviously know that the dangers of having that plant, and they still use it. I don't get it. So what's the point of telling people that? And it's dangerous. They say, they only do just for this research. Dude, come on.
Oh well,
you know it's dangerous though.
When humans are given the power and the tools to manipulate things, you can imagine lah. From the day humans started inventing stone tools, then from stone tools you become all those, from the knives, then become arrows, then become the wheel, then electricity, then like bronze, iron, electricity, nuclear weapons, and now manipulating the weather.
I have questions that I myself don't have answers. Like for example, 440.
Okay.
440, right? Last time when we record orchestra, what was it for?
It depends according to the orchestra actually.
Last time, long time ago, how do they actually tune it
at? Historically, it depends lah. It varies.
Varies, good.
Yeah, like according to different like if it's Baroque style music, it's almost like a semitone lower.
So it's for...
I can't remember exactly lah.
But long time ago, was it already 440?
No, 440 is very recent. It's a 20th century thing. To standardize is,
Okay, I was having this question one day to myself. I said, why
It's easy. It's an easy number to calculate.
Was it? Have we researched the frequency responses from 440 and from the I was questioning that and I can't sleep,
Okay.
I'm like, all
right.
Okay, 440.
Do you have? Are you able to give like a brief overview? Like a
No,
little.
not yet. That's why I say I haven't found the answers yet.
Oh, okay.
I
right.
just concerned why at one error because everybody gave the same answer. They say like, oh, it's because to make things standard
Standardization.
easy. But have you listened to when it's not on 440, like during those days, no? So I
mean,
run
yeah.
through some recording and it sounds so different, bro.
The feeling is different.
Yeah.
But even if I mean, on a bigger scale, even if you play the same song in a different key, it feels different, one.
Precisely.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Why 440? I was digging about it. Why 440?
Okay. So you're saying is there some kind of a
Reason.
nefarious reason
Yeah,
why?
yeah. You get me? I begin to think that after I read about HAARP. You know?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, okay. Ooh.
No, it's just that there's no way nobody agreed on a standard tuning. So everyone just sukati, okay, you follow me. This is my piano is tuned this way, you follow like that lah.
Kan, it was like that, right? All the way.
Yeah, you know. So Beethoven's piano, was tuned like this. So okay, you guys follow my tuning, okay? Because this part, Mozart's tuning was this. You follow my tuning.
So
Whatever.
even it's on TV live, so it doesn't matter, and it can be in manners of how you want to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't get what you mean.
No,
What
I
do you
mean like if it's were to be like live on TV or recorded on TV, right? We still can do not 440 tuning, right? It doesn't matter.
Can. Like I think, for example, like MPO does. I can't remember. Is it 438 or something?
Yeah,
Depending on for their classical symphonic stuff, I think they tune to 438. But if they are doing like if they need to integrate with the pop band or contemporary stuff, then they got to tune to 440.
tune to 440.
Yeah. Then there's some like if it's baroque, like really really authentic baroque, Vivaldi la, Bach la, all that. That one is tuned. It's almost like a half step down one.
Half step down, eh?
So the tuning is that low. And we talk about tunings, of course, the 432 hertz thing lah, which I personally think is nonsense, right? So I mean, whoever people can disagree with me. I have worked with I won't name who. There's one band who almost insisted that they wanted to record in 432. So the only thing that prevented it from doing is that the tuner cannot calibrate to 432. So it's like, I cannot tune this, so got to stick with 440, okay? Because most of the tuners, I think they go down to maybe 44, 445, to 440 and then 436 or 435 only lah. It doesn't go all the way down to 432. You really need like a specific tuner to be able to tune to 432 lah.
True.
So yeah.
So they want to do 432 but you insisted for 440.
Yeah, and for practical reasons also lah. If you want to pitch correction nanti,
Correct.
It's like, if I need to edit you,
Kan.
if you tune to 432, it's like
You'll
I
be
have
like,
to
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just ponder something that came to my mind. I'm like, why? It's like, it's scary, bro.
Yep.
Seriously.
I mean, and if you in more recent, I don't know whether if you follow more of American news, there were reports of the of American personnel that's based in Cuba that they experience. There's actually a word for it. It's some kind of a Cuban syndrome or something like that. It's very recent. It's this past couple of years only, where a large number of like American personnel that were based there, they claimed that they were being targets of some kind of attack because they experienced like severe headache, migraine, or whatsoever. So don't know whether it's the Cubans or the Russians or whoever were
Probably
experimenting.
It's the vaccines.
I think this big. Okay, now you mention it. Now the podcast will get flagged by YouTube for because right. If any topic anything about COVID, right, they will pop up one. For more information, to go to WHO, it will pop up at the video description one.
I'm sorry, your podcast is fucked. No, you just cut off that part. Don't worry.
Nah, no. So no, we're not discussing that in depth. Yeah,
we're just frequency noob. Forgive us.
So they're exactly. They speculate that it's some experimental weapons. I mean, we have things like the LRAD, long range acoustic device. That one for crowd control and all that. That one's a normal thing. I mean, we've had LRAD here in Malaysia also. What?
Yeah.
During the protests, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You could see, wow, got this thing with the beam. But I don't know whether did they actually use it or not, lah.
That's the thing, though. Let's say it seems like that place where they do the hub, and people can come in,
Yeah.
to come in and they say, this is used in the army to brainwash the people, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, dude, and why the heck this place is still around? You get me? No, now they just use it to do research. Yeah, research.
Yeah, research.
Yeah, okay. So it's quite a complex thing, but fun.
You're right, indeed.
For those who love it, welcome to the club.
Welcome to the club, man. Yeah. And I mean I'm sure you seen, one of the funniest. Okay, this is a bit of a sidetrack. Let me try and look for the photo.
Of
This is you remember Jodie Foster, the movie Contact, about aliens one?
Yeah, I love Jodie Foster.
Then there's the famous photo of let me look for it. I know I have it. Right here. This is the famous scene. You look at the photo. This is the screenshot. You see where it is? You see what's in the what is she pressing? You zoom in.
What? Even tight?
Yeah lah.
Harmonizer.
And then got the Focusrite EQ on the top, and then got the ADAT at the bottom. Or is it the Tascam DA88? So you go watch the movie again. Contact Jodie Foster. You see that's the thing she used to talk with aliens. The Eventide, the Ultra Harmonizer. So for all the audio engineers, right, they always laugh like this. Oh, this is how you used to contact aliens.
Harmonizer and ADAT,
Yeah. So this was definitely shot in the studio lah. So
obviously lah.
Yeah. So the directors might have
you know what? I don't realize this,
Ah.
I never thought about this before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, it's just the focus is not there. But then we like look at the thing. It's like apa ni?
Even
this looks familiar.
Harmonizer.
So it's like Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's been a meme lah for a couple of years already. So now you watch back the movie, will be like different.
I miss the ADAT though. Been so long I haven't used the ADAT.
I have never actually used that I've used, but ADAT I've never used.
Oh, I used that ADAT before, Real before. But it's just that they are effort to bring to anywhere if you are actually carrying it yourself. You get me not? Like ADAT itself lah. Like I have shitloads at home at that time. So if I want to bring to the studio, I have to check back the right one because there's master and slave.
Right.
This one is only for 8 tracks, right?
Yes.
So imagine like that 2 tapes is like if there's 3 ADATs, it'd probably be like 8 times 3. So it'd be 3 tapes. Have to check back that 3 tapes, and if you locate it wrongly, master will be slave will be master. And Sunday it's like, where's the drums? Where's the drums? You're like, where's my drums? And like some missing, but the warmness of recording it's just so much different. This is just so nice, but yeah, I bet most of my tapes are fungus right now. But the effort to bring them around, I used to have this deuter bag, before I ride on my bike with all those the tapes and all my special cord, the white cord lah, the apa lah, the Mac light lah, and don't walk away from home without any soldering irons and
nowadays I mean we are quite again not to sound like old boomer otais that who are complaining about back in my day.
Yeah.
But nowadays everything is so much easier now.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
of course.
man. Yeah.
Of course. That's why I always told those the interns like, hey, did you bring this? Oh, Mang, I really forget to bring that pen drive. It's only freaking pen drive. And you forgot, but you can still keep it on the clouds though.
Yeah.
Like I have to carry it from home in a freaking bag on my bike.
Yes, that's
travel
right.
many
Correct.
kilometers to the studio.
Correct, yeah.
How can you forget that? I forget, I go back to my house and pick it up.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, it's like, we sometimes forget like how easy we have it now, man. Yeah.
Yeah, they're easy now. Like, I
Mm.
mean, it's similar. It's not that we are sounding like, that we are not happy that they're getting off easier. No, well, we are glad that things are better for you guys. We are
Mm.
very glad, and we hope that you can do more better miracles than what we do,
Yeah.
without forgetting how different that makes first,
Mm.
to understand how different that is.
Yep.
Like, for example, like, I've tried before. We were talking about headrooms
Mm.
with some of the interns, until I asked him, said, I think I know now what you're talking about. After the song is being mastered, I can now hear the transient for the first time. He said, "Is this what you mean?" I said, "Yeah." So
Yeah.
it does make a lot of difference. Yeah, it does. I've been trying to tell you that.
Yeah.
I said, but if they never went through that process, they don't understand.
Mm.
And then it's so difficult why we were trying to push the threshold of the digital era now
Yep.
to sound as better than it was before.
Mm.
Whether it can be arguable, it never better than before, or it could be better than before.
Yep.
But
Yep.
there are producers, engineers who are quite innovating. They take the analog and how they blend it back into digital and take it out back again. But many people does so. There's no right and wrong.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, it's like, when we were saying that, you guys are easy now, you carry a small stick in your pants, I bring so many, not that we are bragging, but we would love to see, the digital era generation to do more than what we do. Of course, we are very proud of them. I mean, like how people can do stuff now. I'm amazed.
Yep. Mm.
Yeah, I've never thought that I wouldn't want to try somebody new. And I always try somebody new. But when there's certain things and still it's still not there yet, I give them room to grow.
Mm.
Because I think it's a choice,
Yep.
isn't it? When they ask me question, I will even tell them the same thing. There's no right and wrong.
Yep.
It's a choice.
Mm.
As long as you know why did you make that choice.
Mm.
If you're just making that choice just because you don't understand and you can't do it, then you need to learn how to do it.
Mm.
Then you make your choice.
Yeah.
Even if you don't make that choice again, it doesn't matter, but you know.
You know now the reason why.
Yeah, and you know now the reason why. And say, I picked this choice. Good.
Yep.
Sounds good. But the problem is, most that I encountered, they think it's just cool. But I ask them why, they can't answer.
Mm.
Like, they ask me, why do you layer the vocals? I said, no, for this, why I do this just for the verses, why I do this just for the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, oh, so that will happen. Yeah, that will happen.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's not necessarily you have to do the same.
Mm.
I do this, I explain to you for what reason. So you might have your own reason. There's no right and wrong.
Yeah.
I said, oh, so what do you mean by that? There's no right and wrong. I said, oh my God.
I think I've had these conversations before, lah, and then this is, I mean, I would say I'm a little too, maybe waste a bit too much time on social media, especially on Facebook and Twitter, and then to try and explain these sort of things. Sometimes it's like, okay,
Yeah.
maybe I shouldn't spend too much time trying to explain,
Yes.
because I don't know, maybe they always expect, people are always wanting the direct answer. It's like how to do this. They're always asking the how, but without knowing the why.
Yes.
Mm.
And then you can't waste 120% effort trying to explain to them the why if they wouldn't be the person who wants to ask you why.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah. So, but when you meet them personally, you will meet those that really want to ask you why.
Mm.
So it always, you get the right catch
Yep.
when you are face to face.
Yeah.
And the best thing of all is, don't be afraid when they are actually giving you an answer that's out of your mind, or an answer that's so wrong, in principles, because they are actually eager for you to tell them. But the problem that I saw mostly, they are being ignored. So I let them ask whatever they want to ask.
Yeah.
But I won't throw them too much so that they won't get too confused.
Yeah. You
And then when
don't
they
want to
start digging,
overwhelm. Yeah.
They will start asking. Then I will tell them, okay, this is that. And they say, why don't you tell me earlier? I say, because I want you to try.
Yeah.
You don't try, you wouldn't know. Because I wouldn't want to say that's wrong.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Then through, maybe they have explored this path or they made a certain mistake, then they can connect it back to whatever the original point or original lesson is, and it's it's better reinforced. The lesson is much more
True,
reinforced that
true.
way. Instead of you just spoon feed, you don't learn anything.
Precisely.
I mean, they don't learn anything lah. Yeah.
Precisely. Nowadays, I don't have time to sit down with the other generation, to see what they do. But most of the time, they will keep themselves quiet and they won't say anything. So I will be the elder one who asks a lot of questions just because I want to ask a lot of questions. Sometimes just because I want to make conversation, just to know what they are like and make them feel comfortable first. Because, but then after a few years sitting down with intern, I just realized that sometimes they are not comfortable at all, and sometimes they really don't know. Like, because I ever told you that the thing about when I was asking one of them, like, this song that you just showed me, I know he let me listen to this song. The melody is kind of like, we are the champions. You know that song? Yeah, bang, I know that song. You know what he said? That's from AC/DC, right?
Okay. Yeah, I will try to contain my outrage and anger.
I didn't go outrage. I was just like, I was speechless to a point. I tell myself, it's not funny, man. This is serious shit.
Is he trolling you?
But then he was serious, so I don't blame him.
Yeah.
But then I said, okay, what about the concept of we were talking about rap, and I was talking about Beach Boys. Okay, the Beach Boys, where it started, why, blah blah blah. Then he was like, oh, I know bang Beach Boys, and then he was singing this song to me yesterday.
Aduh.
So I said, you know what? Today we're gonna stop talking about this. Let's go inside and open up YouTube. Okay, let's listen to this. Okay, what do you think of this? Until we went to Tony Braxton, and then look at the arrangement, and they were like, "Wow!" I was like, "Yeah, I'm not trying to sell you old music because I'm old school. No, I love listening to new music that you guys give me." But it's also important to know your anthology.
Yeah.
I said, which kind of sad, because if I'm keen to know the anthology of new music, why were you not keen to know where all this started?
But it's supposed to be. I mean, I can't speak for It's supposed to be something that's taught. History of music. So you analyze. Everything from classical, medieval, Renaissance period until modern music time.
Yes.
So I don't know.
Why it becomes a movement?
Yes.
Why the concept is in such manner? But yeah, unfortunately, they don't get those that much in school.
So what is happening, man, in the schools, man?
Precisely. So that's why there was even one who asked me a question, Chabang, why don't you actually teach in school? Then I look at him and said, because I don't like the system. And I was like, oh, okay. And she said, but those teachers are there, they are good too. It's not necessarily that they are not great.
Yeah, it's just that they are
teaching.
They have to
follow the system.
Follow the system, follow what's in the syllabus lah. Whatever
right.
Whatever it is supposed to grade you based on that lah.
Right. And that's the thing. That's the amazing thing. So like some of their lecturers that attach them to the studio, I knew them. So like like one of them is our friend, and he come in like I didn't even know that his student is here. So he came in like, hey, is the intern here? I said, why you want to know the intern? I said, these are my students. And the intern was like, how come you know?
then they panic.
Then they panic. So how come you know Abang Aiyad? So how come I know he produced me? He recorded me before. And the kid went blank. And I said, you know what? When you got your time here, you can ask him as much question as you want. Because after this, I don't know if it'll be easy to see him or not. I say, but it's not easy, or whether it's easy or not. I just don't record for so long already. And I think most of my friends who started recording are all great now. They're all good. I'm happy with their achievement. I'm happy with what they do.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm not, the sort who always want to do it all. I always love to share it all and improve my taste and listen to many tastes.
Yep. I mean, you've been a very, very generous, person with your, I would say, how do I say it? You're very generous with your work, so to speak. As in, you don't, you always love to collaborate and involve other
true.
people in your work, through the songs that I've mixed for you, and how you relate, how you always work with this musician, this arranger, this and that, the different
Yeah, true.
engineers.
But I never, from beginning, I never proclaim or never think or never had that thought or that feeling that I'm great, I'm good, because this is how I work, I'm at that level. Never felt that way. I always look at my work as those loophole where I'm weak at.
Yep.
And I always believe that, if I'm going to get somebody who's better than me, who I think is suitable in this place.
Yep.
So to be fair, all the time when I was doing all this recording, I always work with people and they are all better than me. And that's the truth. That's fact. Fakta bukan auta. Kan, my life from Singapore to Malaysia, when I was producing or when I was doing composition, when I was arranging with an engineer, I always work with great people and great friends. I never thought that I am working with me, I'm great. I'm not at all, because they make me great by what they gave to me when I need to, develop the music. So I've felt that all the colours, whatever happens in my recording and whatever not, I'm not hoping for it to be like, world famous or popular, but I'm happy that every time when I got to listen to it again, I'm like, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's something I will remember forever. You know what I mean? Then comes the next song. That's nice. I can remember who does this, who does that. You know what I mean? The story is there, although it's in a song. So that is something that I bring through years after years. When people ask me, who did that? Oh, no, JD makes that for me. Are you serious? That's JD. I've even encountered people who actually say that also. No? It's like, what's wrong? Oh, it's different. I said, I don't understand what it means different. You get me? Like, because when you handle a project by yourself, everything is you. You are the arranger, you are the musician. Yes, even if you are that great, if you are that great, how can you grow? Kalau ikut the guy from Alibaba, what's his name again?
Alibaba.
John Ma, is it?
Which one?
What the guy who owns?
Jack Ma.
Jack Ma. Jack Ma says, like, if you want to succeed, get somebody who's better than you.
Yes.
When I'm always doing that, I always get somebody who's better than me. But not to succeed in many ways. Succeed for me, succeed is being happy after the work is done and thinking that I can remember this and relate to this. And
if you're always the smartest person in the room, there's no room to grow and improve.
I love
you're stuck.
the fact that somebody is giving. You remember when we were, I'm in Johor and you were doing that mix and I didn't get to meet you. And then you tell me like, well, if you want to do it, I said, no, JD, I want you to tell me, what do you think of this mix? Because I afraid that when I think it's okay, but I might not, I might not actually spot things that I should spot. So I said, from your perception, what do you think? You explain to me this and I took that where I realized like, oh damn, I forgot about that. I said, okay, this one we maintain this and that's how I actually develop. Because all this while I tell them what to do, but then when I ask them back, when they give me back, like Arwah Kelly, Kelly gave me a million things. When I tell him like, can you play this for me? And then he came with something out of the box, and I was like, can you please not do that or not? Then he said, why? Because he gave me too many nice stuff to pick. Then I don't know which to pick. Then he just laughed. I said, you want it to become good? Take this one. And I was like, okay. Sometimes I take his advice. Because it just works, Even when Iju at arranging also, or if I use Bajai also, it's the same thing. Then Bajai will come back to me, and the thing about Bajai, he gave me options. That's the best. It was like, bisa gini bro, ataupun bisa gini. I was like, wow, it's actually a good fucking point, Because at my head, I don't wear that cap when he was actually trying to do that. Even at Iju, he said you can approach to this. And sometimes the thing that he tried, the transition of the chords or the passing chords, I was like, oh, that is actually nice to fit it there. And I was like, this, you serious? I was like, yeah. You get me? So that's how I thought that could make a team great, when they actually trust each other's capability, with knowing there's only one producer, not 2, 3 or 4. You get the problem is when you have 5 producers and a lot of musicians, so I rather be the assistant. There's too many producers.
Too much drama, too many chefs.
Too very difficult. Because I'm a person who can work with anybody. I don't have to lead. If somebody else is leading, I'm not going to be egoistic. As long as the process flow, I totally understand what that person wants because it's all about what that person wants.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm those kind of uniform person.
Yeah.
Unless I lead, I know how I want to make it a bit loose and actually make more options to know
Yep.
how should I move to the next stage. But if I were to follow, I would just follow.
Yeah.
I will give you my input, but you call the shot, not me.
That's right. Yeah. I mean, depending on the project lah. There's some times where
Precisely.
you are given the mandate, you are given the role to take a leadership role. Then you take the leadership.
role. Betul.
Then you take the leadership role. You decide, and then you pick. You pick the people that will best complement.
Yeah.
But if there's sometimes you are supposed to be a team player, then fulfill that role. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like every time or so you need to be the.
Because there's this disease that never ends in recording production, where there's always a conflict of interest or direction when it shouldn't have though, because even if the person who leads is right, it doesn't prove anything until it's done.
Yep.
Even if the person who are not leading is right, also it still doesn't prove anything until it's done.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So
It's
there
still a
need to be
work.
one leader.
Yeah.
The one leader tell you like, okay, let's go this direction. Okay, come on, let's do it, man.
Yep.
Let's follow this direction. Then naturally, when you follows, he who leads will feel that unbalancedness, or maybe like, you know what were you thinking just now? We would consider that, and that would give a greater picture to what you want to add on. Maybe you yourself also might have a bigger picture than what you had before. Proses dia tu tau, proses tu tak berjalan. It starts with an argument. It doesn't go anywhere when nothing is being written or being recorded to actually evaluate.
Yep.
That's what we are missing from production process tau. I'm glad last time when we have tunes, I think you were doing it here last time also as well. You were like, you're having like the session, the drummer, the bass and the guitarist. You were like doing all recording at the same time. But actually you guys were finding to fine tunes the arrangements of what you guys want to do, isn't it? But at that point of time when you flow, everyone is there at the same time.
Yep.
It's so much different when you're actually taking it one by one, isn't it?
Yep.
The inputs are like, alah.
Yeah, but working that way, sometimes it's a luxury that's hard to come by now.
Betul.
Unfortunately,
Susah.
because everyone's time,
Betul.
everyone's schedule, everyone's got family, got this commitment, that commitment here and there.
Betul.
Yeah.
So it'll be a phase
Yep.
of time when actually you have 3-4 people who are capable at that time, but you don't know for how long. You get what I mean? Like last time, like this studio, you have Allah Akbar. I forgot what's his name.
My bassist?
Yeah.
AJ.
You have AJ.
Yeah.
So you guys can shuffle stuff. Do you got another friend? And then when the numbers of the people involved decreases, they become individual.
Yep.
Dia dah lain approach pula.
Correct.
You have to approach it in that manner.
That's the story of that's like the evolution of of how the band was doing our songwriting. Eventually, it became like an individual thing where, like, I or AJ will come up. But in our defense, we got to a point where we kind of understood each other lah. Kind of. But
you do miss the old one more, right?
I do miss lah. I do miss the time we're going to jam. Go just jam together, work out, flesh out the arrangement of a song. That way, but the organic way of creating music lah.
That happened. It's not about how great the studio is anyway, though, because you become a creative train. Like like all of you is in the driver's seat, and you were like sitting down. It doesn't matter where you are when you get to sit down together and do that. Ooh, there's a lot of creative buzz that's boiling like mad. After you're done, like, there must be someday. Can we do that part again? And just run through that.
Yeah. Everyone's in for the ride together lah. It's like
like Chin Chin. That's what I got with Arwah Kelly, Iju, and Bakri.
Yep.
That was amazing. They were doing it all together live. And after that, when I thought we are done, and suddenly Kelly said, "Can I just do one more time by myself after what Bakri did?" So he did. Then when it's done, Bakri said, "Can I so try one more?" And I was like, "Why don't you guys try?" No, we just want to try from what he just applied. So then realized many things that is different in that approach. But although it's minuscule to maybe to my ears, not for normal people's ears, it does make a difference to how it pushes the music though.
Yep.
Kan? Like it's all matter of how you hear it. Kan? Rasa lah. Ilmu rasa. How you actually feel that the music is pushing with that melody, the way the person is singing. That's why I take Jamil in the middle of that studio to sing. And it was shaking like hell. I mean, I said, why is your ass trembling, sir? And that's what I was saying. Why your ass is trembling?
Shout out to Jamil saya.
And it was like, oh man, it sounded so good that I can't sing. Well, I need you to sing to hear how it sounds like, with that kind of feel. I said, okay, I try again. He got scared suddenly,
Yeah.
We were laughing for a few weeks lah. Suddenly when it comes to the studio, he's shaking. That vibe, that's what I said.
Yep.
As we grow older, we understand.
Yeah.
But we do tends to miss
Yep.
that process.
I
I hope the new generation got to do so.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that session that we did. That was like 2 years ago already. Yeah. When everyone was in a lockdown and we did it remotely. So, I mean, the story behind that was one of the, I really enjoyed doing it lah.
Oh, with the bush wig
The with Chin lah, the whole story behind it.
Yeah,
And then I did the video, and then we did the Skype or the Zoom call thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, correct. It was with the Zoom. Yeah.
I can't remember, man. But 2 years ago, it seems like an eternity already. I mean, you were relating the story of how you were stuck in, you were stuck in JB. Yeah. And then everyone was in like a weird place, mentally and emotionally and all that. It's like, and then to see you here face to face, actually, it's like, it's a joy, man. I mean, I really appreciate it, man.
I did one more project in during the pandemic, and I'm so happy that the output of that song came into a beautiful thing because that's another project that I didn't get to see Jamil personally. At least Chin, I got to see him to record the vocals, So we did this song called Kumbali, which is about all of our friends who are stuck in Singapore during pandemic, and they don't get a chance to see their family except for video phone and stuff. So one of this friend of mine who is the lyricist for that song, he told me, can you put me some melodies? I got some words. And I said, what's going on? Because I know he's a Singaporean who got married to a Malaysian. So he can just run to JB before the border closed. But he said, no, how am I going to do that? I need to work for the kids to, to have food to eat. And so I said, I don't understand what you mean though. But then when he was lost at that point of time, he told me that, there's this place at a Singapore side of the causeway where it becomes a park right now, right? Then there's like a jetty, small jetty, and then there's a park. It's right opposite the RF of Johor, which is a nice new condo, modern condo with a theatre and stuff, but by the bay lah konon, kan?
Yeah.
But there ada just like some jetty, and the family from Malaysia would bring their kids down there, stand there and wave at the other family on the other side,
Right.
While, the others, they were using binoculars to look at their boy. He told me that story and I'm like, are you serious? I said, he sent me the pictures that he took from the side of Singapore. He said, that's how I see my wife. He said, that's how I see my kids for the past 2 years. I was like, seriously? Yeah, man. And like, I just find out there's like about 70,000 of us in Singapore who are stuck and not able to go back to Malaysia. And I was like, oh, really? I said, yeah. So I told to Jamil about it. I said, Mel, you just make this, miss. Can you sing this song for me? I said, okay, I try. But honestly, Jamil insisted in the first place. Say, I can't do yet if I'm not in front of you. Say, I can't do. I said, dude, come on. I mean, all these years, right? All these years that we've been through. If I could have faith in you to do this, why couldn't you have faith for yourself to do this? Say, I'm always here. We can do it in many ways. You can just send me takes by takes for me to hear. So we did that actually, though. He sent one takes of he do the verse. He give me a few takes, and then I listen and I tell him this need to do. Oh no, this one just do back. So we were communicating through a mobile phone, bro, through WhatsApp. What he sent me for me to listen until I decide. And he did all the recording, and then I send all the music. They mix it in Singapore.
Yeah.
So when the song, when they did the song, the video, I met a friend from Bigo. He's quite famous in Bigo, and he was live in the car. He was driving, and then he was telling me that, I want to show you guys this place, as he was live. So okay, then he went to that JT, bro,
Right.
where my friend was talking to me about his
About that
wife,
place.
and he mentioned he saw a woman with kids waving. Then there are other families waving, and I just sat down like, oh my God, it's the same story. It's how sad. And then he himself, he was so sad to see this because he's been missing his family. This guy got married to a lady from Australia, and the wife and the kids are all in Australia. He haven't seen them for 2 years,
Yep.
So when he see those people, he reminds of himself. So he was talking about it. I said, dude, I'm sending something in your inbox. Check it out. So I sent him that video that we sent. And he called me. He was like, wow, this is exactly what happened. He said, this is what I see. This is what I saw. And then when the borders open up, when they come back to Johor, and people from Johor were welcoming them like,
I mean, I
like
saw it was
festive.
all over the news,
Yeah, all
right?
over
The
the news, right?
midnight when it was open, people were running over the
Wow.
causeway. What a sight, man.
Yeah, that was really,
And then people were meeting and then hugging each other
Yeah.
and all that.
yeah. Because in that song, my friend did mention, this might be, in the lyrics, he said that, like he was like, besides thinking positively, this could be the last time we see each other, or this could be just a task for us to see each other again.
Yeah.
If there might be light at the end of the tunnel, there might be light at the end of the tunnel. So now from that song, it's being answered. Right, the borders are open and they got to meet their family again. So I told Jamil, that song really works because it helps people understand how this side of Malaysia that people don't see. These people go to Singapore every day to work though.
Yeah.
Can you imagine at one point they are stuck and they can't see their families for 2 years. And now they got to come back. The whole Johorian are like welcoming them through the border, bro. Everybody was there. Irregardless whether people they know or they don't know, everybody gets a hug. Everybody was like, some came in and speechless, started crying non-stop. You got me? To see the parents, to see, So it's, I totally understand how hard it is. And doing that recording explains how hard was it to do it over the phone for the whole process, everything. Even the music video, whatever not, it's all through the phone.
It's on YouTube? It should be on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it is on
Kumbali.
YouTube.
After Kumbali, after Butterfingers pula come out. That's the thing. Yes, let me look for it.
It's Jamil Said Kumbali, yeah. So that was the one that was sent to the group.
Yeah.
They had a FB group of 70,000+ people.
I don't know whether you can hear.
Masa tu bos saya keep on call lah. Dia cakap, Syed, you better pack you barang lah, balik rumah sekarang. Lepas tu, masa tu saya macam, benda betul tak betul ke ni kan. So dia kata, pukul 12 malam ni, border nak tutup. Jadi kita pun, betul tak betul ni sebab tengah busy kerja. Sekali, bos hantar custom checkpoint punya ni, betul. Custom JB nak tutup pukul 12 malam. So Singapore pun sama juga, nak tutup pukul 12 malam. Jadi dalam tengah hari tu, saya dah sibuk balik. Balik
they
pack barang.
interviewed
Sebab
the real
Malaysia lockdown masa tu
people
dia bagi tahu 2 minggu. Barang pun kita pack sekadar untuk 2 minggu je lah. Memang kelang kabut. Ramai yang kelang kabut nak masuk. Sebab yelah lockdown kan. Kira custom pun tutup apa semua.
Perasaan tu berbelah bagi lah. Macam nak masuk tak nak masuk tak nak ni. Nanti kalau tak masuk takut. Ya, takut kena buang kerja pula kan. Mungkin fikir masa tu mungkin 1 week ke 2 week je ni. Lepas tu dah boleh balik kan. Fikirnya macam tu lah. Tak tahu pula sampai sekarang lah. Tak balik-balik kan.
Man, I'll check the video out now. I'll check it out, man.
Because we never did like promo it that much.
Yeah.
Because it was done for that FB group
Right.
of all those Malaysians who are stuck in Singapore. Yeah, and that group lah, I'm talking about the 70,000+ people though. So we actually like dump the video in that group because it's for those people lah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, so we put the video there, and then we got responses from those people lah. Like some even say like, thank you for understanding us Malaysians who are stuck in Singapore, which maybe what they say, terlepas pandang
Yeah.
people terlepas pandang because it's so near, but yet
Yet,
this is our struggle.
Yep.
So I'm glad, I even like, the normal people who are out there like realize the mission of that song is just to tell those people like, come on, keep it real, keep it there, things will be better, just think for things will be better.
Yep.
And you will see your family again, because we, my concern at that point of time for my friend is I don't want him to be depressed. Yeah, because when he was telling me this, it's out of my, out of my will to actually help his problems. But because he just want me to do a song for him, so I was like, okay, dude, just pass me the words. I see what I can do.
Yeah.
So I make for him those melodies and just let him do the rest. So he want a singer, then ask Jamil to sing.
Yeah.
So in the beginning, Jamil find it hard to sing because I'm not there. But I tell him, just imagine this. I said, right now, your daughter is grown up. What if you were not able to see her for 2 years? When you can't even not see her for a day? Then he just kept quiet. And I was like, yeah, I know though how they feel. He said, I was recording the new Jamil single with him, and we belum lagi start picit record button, the daughter video call him. And he looks at me and said, answer the call.
Yeah.
Answer the call. Why you don't answer? Just answer the call. I said, yeah. And then when the daughter start asking, when you coming back? Or Jamil nearly teared already. And I was like, oh, said, daughter, don't do this lah, And I said, dude, go and talk to her first, Talk to her for a bit, ask her to makan. Take time Don't let yourself feel heavy when you know that she needs you now and you can reach her. Talk to her first. Then we will settle, then we continue recording again.
Yep.
So I tell him, can you imagine my friend didn't get a chance to see his newborn kid
Yep.
for a year plus, bro.
Yep.
Can you imagine the guy who wrote the lyrics for 1 year plus? You know what he told me that really breaks me? He said, I'm just worried when I come back, my kid don't recognize me. But that is the one I was thinking like, oh man, if I didn't, chill with him, this guy will be depressed.
Yep.
So I have to talk to him regularly. So I spoke to him like, hey, how's things? So, Then we do this song and he was happy the song came out. And so, okay, thank God. Now everybody's back. They see their family. They start traveling. And so the prayers is being answered from that song that we actually cared about them and know that, things might be better. Don't worry. Yeah. So I'm glad things are better though.
Right. I mean, it's beautiful, man. Yeah. I mean, personally, I was also in this similar situation, but I of course, I don't want to. So I can empathize with all of this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. I will listen to this, and in fact, I'll put a link down, and then if anyone is still listening to this up to now, right? Okay, the link is gonna be there. I put it down in the description.
Enjoy.
Heck, or heck, even if it's possible to get the actual video, I'll just edit in together and just so that at the end of this they can just watch it and whatever lah, all the copyright claim, go to the song, man.
Problem.
Yeah,
music is always to share.
Yeah, man.
If you don't share, it's just like having a comment on YouTube. If everything is great, then something is wrong. If you get some negative comment, some great comment, then like okay, something is happening.
No, sorry, yeah. We kind of went into a little kind of a sad, depressing thing. But YouTube comments, I have left negative comments before on some posts, and I've had it removed. So actually, all these comment sections it's also sometimes curated,
Betul.
So somebody, or obviously they give them the power to delete whatever comments they don't like. So it's always positive and nice comments, one. No one criticizing one.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
like, sometimes, people can criticize. People can actually give their point of view. It's great to hear people's point of view. It's just what we are looking for right now with all this critics and all that. It's just the manners. The manners. I think with that, it kinds of differentiate people between those critics who are actually bothered about it, or they simply just wanna
Yeah, they just want attention.
yeah.
It's not constructive. It's not you
Yeah.
cannot have like civil, discourse, a civil discussion or a civil.
Yeah.
It's so hard to do that nowadays.
Yeah.
Any kind of a issue or thread, within one or two replies down the comment thread, it already dissolves into a war of calling names and
Yeah.
it's
It
or
becomes
insulting
very
each other.
very emotional.
Yeah, it's like, what is it, man? We were discussing a crucial, important social something that could have been very, very important for society, but basically just two lines down, everybody's insulting each
Yeah,
other and calling
true.
each other's names already.
Very true.
Yeah,
Very true.
and that's the disgusting, the ugly part
Kan.
about
But if all good comment pun tak best sangat.
yeah.
I used to get that once, and then I think it was one of Monologue's song that I personally mix. I like that song, and then suddenly for all the comments lah, there's one particular negative comment that I kind of made me cringe a bit. Not cringe, like But the rest, there are other comments that they like. Why did it, that? No problem.
Yep.
But then this particular person tell me why the vocal is so centered. And I was like, okay, you know what? I don't want to reply. I was like, never mind, let's reply this. So I just replied, because I want it that way.
Yeah. That's
Then he just stopped there.
That's the best answer.
Because I wanted to tell him that, why don't you elaborate to me more? What would you do? I mean, I would love to hear that.
Yes.
Itulah best kan?
Yes.
But instead dia cakap, why the vocal is so centered? Dia cakap, and then dia cakap, it's not really whole. But give me more. What would you do?
Yeah.
Or maybe I would do this. And I was like, I would actually reply, that's a good idea, man.
Yeah.
I would have done that, Like there's no level talking when it comes to critics though. It's all about sharing.
Yeah.
But when he answered like, the vocal is so centered, I was like,
Okay.
because
Yeah.
I want it that way. Just the whole idea. I was like, okay, weird.
Oh well. Okay. Yeah.
And then Lord tell me like, it's normal yet. There must be negative comment. Then it's real. I said, yeah, I'm okay.
Yep.
It's just that mannerism. My issue right here is just mannerism.
Yeah, but the thing is like, but social media is it's not a good way to communicate lah.
Yeah.
You're typing it out you're typing words behind a keyboard, and sometimes you don't know who it is. It's a faceless person, not even the real name.
Yeah.
So sometimes these are things that people will never ever say to you in front of your face.
Correct.
But
sometimes people get interpreted wrongly.
Yeah, and the message just does not get through clearly lah. So I mean, it's just a pitfall of social media lah. Yeah, it's hard to communicate that way, and that's why I appreciate appreciate this time that you just come here and we just talk face to face. And
but what do you feel about social media personally? You tell me.
What do I feel about it?
Yeah.
For me, I feel it is a positive force. And again, I have good self-control. So I consume it and I shape and I filter the way, I want to consume social media. So I'm not the person who is very easily swayed by the algorithm and then going into this whatever rabbit hole of stuff. Well, not true, not 100% true lah. There are some rabbit holes, comedy rabbit holes. Sometimes I will like spend endless. You're supposed to be sleeping already, but it's still browsing through the video. But I think it's a force it's a positive force. It can be a force for good. But that's just me lah. I cannot control what other people think,
Correct.
how they consume it, what other people want to say, so they're entitled to say whatever they want. Just take in whatever is valid, constructive criticism.
Precisely.
Yeah, whatever is valid, whatever, is it's good civil discourse. Anything that is just meaningless and senseless or rude, for example, it's like, I don't care. Yeah.
I mean, like, social media is a huge space. A lot of things you can find. I mean, like, I have to admit, I find a lot of great stuff in social media as well,
Yeah.
A lot of great things, like even great talents or, great things I never thought of coming. For example, right, I knew Antelope Audio from social media, bro.
Oh.
You know or not? The
Yeah,
first thing I saw it, I was like, wow. I said, this is damn cool, man. So then I start reading it and then start have a look at the hardware itself, the software.
Yep.
But besides that, I mean, like, as far as talent, I mean, I always change the way I shape my social media, though. So every single time, if you open on my search page, you will always see the different genre every time, no? Because I would love to, like something like you say, sometimes you want to go sleep, you cannot go sleep. Yeah, I do look at nonsense just for the love of it, like. It depends whether you take it seriously or not.
Yeah.
When it's a bit too much, I would just shut it off. Tomorrow, new search.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then I realized, like, okay, this is what then I just try to evaluate on the outside. Is it really like that? Or, it's just something for personal research. But if it's taking too much of my time, skip. Next.
Yep.
So I think it's just that the thing is this. There's this saying that people used to tell me about, like, monkey see, monkey do. Have you heard that before?
Yeah.
Like, okay. If you saw something that's not great, so why should you do it when you don't like it? By putting fuel to fire, you're actually making it worse.
Yes.
That's where I don't get it. You don't like it. Don't make it worse.
Yeah.
Dissolve it.
Yep.
If you are not the first person to dissolve it, what makes you think other people want to dissolve it too?
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah.
It could be wrong. I mean, like I said dia macam komen social media. Kalau semua best, something is not right.
Yes, correct. It's a distorted image. It's a distorted reality. If everything is 100%, you know that.
It's just
somebody
like your camera filters.
Yeah, exactly. But you're right lah. You're right lah. Hey, if you don't like something, you don't like a song, you don't like a book, you don't like a movie, then don't watch it lah. You don't necessarily have to pour, become batu api and just make people angry and just upset for whatever, to whatever lah, satisfy whatever thing that they are lacking or attention ke or whatever lah they want.
I would do what? No, for example, a song. I hear this song and the mix was not to my preference.
Yeah.
So I would just put it on my stand lah. I dengar, then I listen to it. Although I don't like it, I'd be like, oh, okay, the mix is too much at this. It's a lesson for me, not for me to tell this person, what the heck are you doing?
Yep.
No, it's my personal lesson. So when I hear that, so this mix is too much of this and too much of that, I put it down. I write down notes. I still write with pen, I don't put it on my phone notes. Still write it on pen. I was like, okay, this is that. And sometimes when my friend would come by and have a read at it, say, the hell are you doing? You got lots of people on your table. I say, I'm a pen and paper person.
Yeah.
So when I want to look through things, I remembered I wrote something about it. Like, so, like, if, let's say, even a movie, like, I don't care about the comments. Even if I hear a bad comment, I would probably, like, if I want to laugh, I laugh about it. Or else I just have a look to learn something.
Yep.
To learn, like, oh, okay, you spend this much, so this is how you do your film. Like, wow, so many music sample that you use on your scoring, You get me?
So many stock sound effects.
Kan, stock sound effect pakai gini. Oh, but then you claim the you shoot this at like 8 million. So where the rest of the money go to? You get me? I start to question that. Not to criticize them, but for us to learn, because we tax. We are techies and then we are business owner.
Yeah.
Now we want to understand. Like. Whether, like, we engineers are going to be obsolete in the next 5 years ke?
That could be another whole episode of discussions, man.
Maybe all the movie producers going to start doing their own scoring.
Yeah.
You never know, man.
You never know, man. Yeah.
That's why I was like, evaluating that seems like same thing like what we've been talking about
Yeah.
just now about the prices of artists that has rose crazily just because, a lot of things have
Maybe
increased in
because
price.
yeah, and again maybe how media elevates them maybe
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, talking about
Ooh.
something that really touches my heart. No,
Okay.
there's this uncle that actually sells tafufa
Okay.
like near my house where I am at now. So I always in the evening, even if I don't buy any soya drink or tafufa from him, I will have a chat with him.
Yeah.
Even like I remembered before Chinese New Year, I came and said, Uncle, how many days you gonna take? You gonna be off from work during Chinese New Year, or maybe 1-2 hari aja. I said, Uncle, take a week lah, because I see that he's old and he's only doing it by himself. And tafufa is great though. I mean, like, there's a standard there that I like. So they have a break lah, Uncle. Sometimes I buy stuff from him. Then that day when I came, he said the price has increased. I think he increased cuma like 30 sen aja, which I think no big deal, Uncle.
Yeah.
Dia cakap lah, kadang-kadang I say he feel bad but what to do, barang semua naik. Cakap, Uncle, semua orang tahu barang naik.
Yes.
Then he came to me and said this. Dia cakap, you see this plastic where he put all the things that we buy, right? This plastic, harga sudah naik. Tapi dia punya plastik lagi lembut dari dulu. Dia cakap in worse quality than it was before. So he, as an old man, don't understand. It doesn't make sense. Right. So again, I suddenly got triggered because few days ago, I was buying this loaded potato for my dad. Right. And in that loaded potato, I was just looking at it, right, for like 5-15 minutes, Then my mom asked me, why? Do we order the right thing? Then I said, excuse me, it's loaded potato in different sizes. They said, no, it's only one size. How come I saw that the cup is getting smaller? Right. So I brought it to my dad. The girl cannot answer any question. I went back home. So my dad opened up the case and I saw like there's only 3
miserable
chicken
pieces.
nugget pieces in it, which is smaller than the normal chicken nugget size. And the prices in KFC at that time didn't change though.
Sorry, KFC.
You get me not?
KFC makes the best chicken, okay? Right?
Yeah,
in
KFC
case they one day they sponsor. In case they sponsor ke.
Tak lah, I mean I do like I'm just trying to say that I do understand prices hike up fast. Hike up higher. So you can just charge people even a higher price, which because everybody knows barang naik.
Yeah.
Cuma the problem is when you already hike up the price, why you decrease the size?
Yeah.
And then why you give poorer quality? It doesn't make sense. That is daylight robbery, bro.
Yep.
Not only for KFC, sorry, not that I want to mention, but for others also. You get me not?
Yeah.
Even from the supplies. Why?
Yep.
Why? I'm not saying this because I'm unhappy tau. Why are you doing this to all these people who are doing businesses? Why? And why does all these other business owners follows that? I mean the suppliers. Yeah. They follow through that, and then why would they not thought or couldn't think that a lot of people like my, let's say a lot of people like my laksa. Okay, fair enough. This is the amount I normally give. So now I have to increase the price. Tak apa, increase the price. But provide the best that you normally provide. Why do you change that? You are afraid that you lost a lot of money, but you are also trying to lose a lot of clients though.
Yep.
By doing that. Do you realize that?
But you know, it's always going to unfairly affect people who are at the bottom rung.
Yes.
It's not going to affect the plastic company that, that's probably still making millions of profit a year.
Because they got no choice.
It's just that, this year our earnings dropped by 2% or whatever.
Yeah.
You're still making tons and tons of money.
Okay.
But then down the line, it's the sellers who are affected.
Good point.
Yeah.
So let's say artists who got 2 hit singles and with cashing out a lot from the RIM because their song are selling very well yet charge so high and baru 2 hit popular nak post. So charge so high because they deserve all the right to actually have that price. Sony entourage like superstar. Okay, understandable. Kan? Number one, how do they evaluate that? How do you evaluate an artist's price? I mean, their fees. How do you evaluate their fees? Number two, when it's that expensive, like you just said now, fair enough, you make a lot of money already. How can you say gini? Are you still paying the studio standards?
Yeah.
Or are you asking still for the same price after 5 years?
Yes, exactly.
Now, the workmanship, musician all increases price already. Now, mixing or whatever all increases price.
Yep.
So how can you still pay production at the same price?
Yeah.
And you want us to pay for you. You want us to pay you a fee, an artist fee towards what you think you deserve. So what do you think we deserve?
Yep. You should reflect back,
Yeah.
to...
Because we are the factory.
Yeah.
You get me, no? So how can that be fair, though? How can that be fair? You tell me? They mean like the artist is the product. We are the factories. So who's the creator?
The songwriters, yeah.
No, all of us.
I mean, yeah.
If we create the song, if we don't put it how it should be put, with all of us working together, they won't have a product. So we are the factory. We create a product for them. So as far as a company, this is the product. You want to sell the products, right?
Yes.
But you still have to pay the factory, though.
Yes.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
You still have to pay the factory because the quality of what you are selling, not necessarily only what you are quoting. People are smart nowadays. They want good stuff. They know how long this can stand, how long this can last, how long this can, So, like, you 5-10 years, you still want to pay 4,000-5,000 one song. But you want to charge fees at 10K or 20K, 30K. You get what I mean?
Right,
Which is okay. I do understand. But
it's got to be fair, lah.
you get me? It got to be fair for everybody.
Everybody, yep.
Yeah. Then you say okay, we have to increase all the price now because of the economy. Everybody will understand. But if you said okay, only for the product, but the factory never mind lah. We go China is cheaper. But still, you said China don't have products that are expensive. They are, bro. There are products that are expensive.
They are, yeah.
And I've seen their quality, so the expensive one, I'm like, wow, okay. And so again, I said you want the economy to be better, but why do people still follow on this ideology where
you're trying to squeeze?
You squeeze your costs, you sell more. That's how you make money fast. You want to make money fast, or you want to make money that sustain?
That's a good question. Yeah.
You want the economy to sustain. Okay, 1 or 2% made it really fast to reach there. What will he do after that when the rest of the economy dies?
Yeah, exactly. That was what I mentioned about. Yeah.
It will die off because why? Just because of
it's not sustainable.
Not sustainable. In order to sustain, it has to go around. Then you can see a lot of changes in the economy dynamics.
Yep.
That's the problem that I don't know till when must we be in that position. You get what I mean?
So, engineers, producers, right? Let's all bring our rates up, okay? It's about time, all right? I'm guilty of that as well, because I've again, I could have been. When you relate the story about the uncle, I also felt that way. It's like, alamak, why I feel bad? I feel bad to increase, but then now, look, but the reality is you have to if you still expect the same or even better quality, then people need to spend more. Basically, that's it.
Yeah, that's another thing about quality. Last time people cannot spend for quality lah. One of those which is because a lot of people who wants to do single, it's low investment and high income. That's the first point, But in all honesty, I'm giving an honest point of view.
Yep.
There's no saying one single can actually, deliver that fast, very high income, because it's not necessarily a good song. It's not necessarily hit viral, but it's also being lucky at the right time,
exactly.
and the right release. So there's a lot of factors that influence the hit of a song.
Yeah.
And especially when you're talking about hit, it's not only popular, but it sells a lot. If it doesn't sell a lot, no matter how many people listen to it, it doesn't make any point.
Yep.
So when it have ROI, I mean, it gives you good ROI for one single song that you are fighting for, I would recommend, why not we start thinking of making an album rather than start thinking of making a one-hit wonder.
Yep.
You get me? Oh, then this one go lucky, go to the next one. Why not give people the option of many songs? Then people will learn slowly about the rest of your song, provided you make a real album, because all album are not bootleg, it's an album.
Yep.
So I hope they understand that meaning between bootleg and an album.
Yeah.
Because, it takes the whole process again. So if we all can, motivate ourselves, they will say, what about funds? No, we don't have funds to do that. Yeah, but if you look at an album, you sit down with a studio, how can you work together on this? How can we go so find investments?
Yep.
How good can we sell? It doesn't take one person to create that storm. It has to take a good team, like how it was done before. Of course, with the fusion of how people can do things in this generation or nowadays. But it's to make sure knowing through the whole process. Benda tu penting.
Yeah.
Right or not?
Exactly, man.
Yeah, it's for the economy. I mean, I'm not speaking this for just the music industry though. It's just what's happening around.
Yep.
Seriously, I mean, I sit in at some of the sifu classes lah. Sometimes I ask myself a lot of questions. I see like, how can you do business and actually not thinking how it would help the economy, but just yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, one person cannot create everything, but it's the principle though. How can we create a principle where we would understand how are we really going to be that successful within all the industry? Because that's what happened before, how the movement of labels and the, piracy. You know that story, right? How it was done before.
I mean, it's a complicated.
Complicated, kan?
It's sometimes the same people who are
and they make the deal to make sure that's all about ROI. At that point of time, you get me?
Yep.
That's like my issue nowadays. Even like before when I have issues with labor returning me the spreadsheet of what's sold from the online platform, and even the basic calculations are wrong. So when I threw back at the labels, the label couldn't answer me. And then when I was in UK, when I was at Honey Records UK Liverpool, right, I was doing head of A&R until I was the head of A&R.
Yeah.
So we signed 3 to 4 artists at that point of time. One which include so many years ago, but. Yeah, one thing that I remember to do that A&R thingy, it's to actually connect what we found with what could be acceptable. And to do that, it's not sitting down in the office and literally just scroll your YouTube, or social media. I remember at that point of time, I traveled with my boss, from Liverpool to Manchester to Bristol. We went around to go to gigs and try to fit in to see what they do, to see their originals, and some of them are really good. I mean, like they live that what they are playing. It's like reality. It's not like I'm putting on a show. No, it's not. This is what they are.
Yep. And now it's different. They look. Who's got the most followers? Who's got the most? Anyway.
And more followers doesn't prove you ROI though.
Correct. Actually, that's true.
It's just reach.
It's just reach. It gives you a better chance, but it does not guarantee.
Does not guarantee anything. And don't forget, I mean, like it's proven that there are audiences that just love your music, willing to always buy your music, but not necessary to pay to come to your show.
Oh yeah.
Or even just to come to your show.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yep.
So if let's say, for example, Pop Shavit, every time when they actually perform, they will have a sold out house. Everybody will buy the ticket, for example. And then there's another band that came out. They sell they sell a lot of songs, more than
million
Pop Shavit.
streams,
Million streams. Tapi dia buat show tak sampai separuh pun.
Yep.
So this proves that we do have demands of people with different perception of things.
Exactly.
So it's about how smart we are to locate the one that's focused on selling. Focus on selling je.
Yeah.
Just sell songs and don't focus about that show, but sell songs to direct consumers that will buy your song. The kind of song that they actually wanted. And then the
Yeah.
show, just keep doing show.
Yep.
Yeah. Don't until this guy want to do what this guy does. When
And then-
this guy cannot do what this guy does, what you want to
Yep,
do. Let's
yeah.
do a gig. Sekali datang 60 orang.
Yeah. Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yep.
And then you have problem with people who invested on the gigs. The door sales doesn't come.
Yep. And then it sets yourself up for disappointment and
Precisely.
and failure. Yeah.
And then this one is reality. It happens for so many years.
Yep.
It's proven until people don't believe. Because I have people ever ask me question like, that band can sell, man, the gig. So it's full house. Then that just popular artist that I went to the show and nobody came.
Mm.
And they were like, oh, serious? Yeah. And that one is free. This one is paid, man.
Mm.
And it's full house. I can't even get in. I said, you see the difference or not?
Yeah.
For me, that's money.
Yep.
That shows how it actually, it draws better. Oh, these artists, they love to watch him live, lah.
Yeah.
No wonder this one, they buy their stream
They
quite
stream,
a lot.
yeah. But people just like to listen to the music
not,
while they are
not to go
while they're
and watch
jogging.
them,
Yeah. People just like to listen to the music while they're driving. That's all. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
So how
A
can
lot of.
how can we actually help that?
Well, that's a question yeah. And then, with a complicated answer that, I don't think we'll be able to answer in the space of this podcast lah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that actually, I mean, our generation, we do still try to help the industry as much as we can, not for ourselves.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of close people in our
Yeah.
life lah. I hope if the younger generation are listening to this, there's a bunch of us who are very experienced and we want to help. We really do. In fact, we hope that the industry would be better for you guys when we are not around anymore, not involved in the industry anymore. It's all for what's going to happen next. I mean,
Yep.
for us, it's not about now.
Yeah.
It was never about now, isn't it?
Yeah.
When we started, never. You just worry about what's going to happen next.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's one of the main reasons why I'm trying to document as many of these stories and conversations with producers, engineers, so that hopefully, somebody who listens to it, an up and coming engineer or, someone who's graduating from school can maybe just pick out, if they can just learn one small, simple lesson from my conversation with you or a conversation that I have with Greg or Jennifer Thompson or whoever. Heck, if they learn something, for me, that's good, man. Yeah. My mission is accomplished, man. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, that's one of those things where I stopped for a while to do a lot of this single thingy. Not because I was in an egoistic mood or anything like that. I'm still trying to see what's suitable for the generation now. Trying to learn a lot from them. Actually, I do learn a lot from them, though. Yeah. With the situation of what they are given now, I always ask them, so where do you get your music? What do you listen to? I mean, like, what influenced you? And then they tell me, they are based on their friends' song. What do you call it? Their friends' playlist on Spotify. So when I like their playlist, I will actually follow his playlist, and that's where I got my new music. And I was like, So you know what? It reminds me of Napster.
It's so similar, isn't it? Yeah.
Kan?
Yeah.
How much that time everybody was blaming Metallica because they were asking to shut down Napster. You remember?
Yeah.
You remember?
Yeah, man, I know.
Even the Rolling Stone magazine,
Yeah.
they were like, yeah, good lah, stop people from sharing. So people will stop sharing music and people will be miserable again.
Yeah.
They are right though. No, it's happening again. But yeah, it's something for us to wake up to and understand again, because I wonder. So we last time we listened to new stuff through radio. Now there's no radio. Now they listen to all the platforms.
Correct. Yes.
So how do they get their resource? They need to search for the resource. So they search for their friend playlist. So what I do now, I make my playlist. I started maybe 2-3 playlists. Then put it
your
in.
recommendations, man. Yeah.
Kan? So I thought like, so that's how it spread. Okay, understand. So other than that, they are very outgoing for festival. They are not all of them are keen on what's on trend right now. Some are, but not all.
Not all. That's
Uh,
one thing which I have also personally encountered. I work with every year. I work with students from Garden International School, and their musical tastes are actually very diverse. It's not the mainstream stuff. It's very very diverse. It's left on center, very non-mainstream things. One. So that's very very cool. So with that, I actually quite hopeful. So I'm mostly optimistic. Yeah,
I'm
as well.
also optimistic because I heard a lot of nice stuff that they're listening to.
And it's not on the chart. It's not on all. It's not trending stuff, and it's like, so it's really cool.
I even said something to this particular girl who are letting me listen to the kind of. The best thing is she just pop up and say she want to share with me this music. Said, what do you think of the music? Now they are asking me back, what do you think of the music? I said, wow, this is a great production. When do you listen to this stuff? I mean, like, I've never listened to that music before. And I'm like, not bad, huh? It is. And this another guy came by, like, listen to this. And I was like, wow, interesting. And by that conversation, they made me do so much research on those music, though. Where it gets, and then how it gets, how it gets around.
Yep.
The platform of that music. Okay, why does it go that way? Okay, this and that. And they seems to know more about it. Like, wow. You know what I mean? So there are chance.
Yeah, it becomes, there are always opportunities to be on that journey. It's always a continuous journey lah. Life is, music is a journey of discovering new things. And man, we've been doing this for 2 hours plus, because even the imagery has already extended, because usually it's a 2 hour long.
Oh, really? Sorry, man. Sorry.
And this is a record because I've never done more than 2 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
No, man. I enjoyed every single moment of it. We gotta come back and do this again, lah.
No problem.
Again, lah. And there's so many other things we could talk about. I've always enjoyed talking with you, and this is the first time we're doing this on and recording this as a podcast.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe let everyone know. How do they reach you? Social media.
Okay. I'm very open to people who wants to share. I don't say, I teach. I don't, but I like to share.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'm also open to listen to new music. I mean, like, I do have huge faith of the new generation listening to great music, because I sampled them some before, and they're bloody amazing. Basically, like, but you guys can reach me better in Twitter or in Instagram or FB. Basically, I just private all my social media, but no worries. Just request.
Right.
Send me a message. Say that I just heard you from MixStream podcast. At 2105 studio. Don't worry, I will add you on. My only reason why I kind of private at this moment is I just lodged a report over a stalker that is incredibly making no sense at all.
All right.
I got no idea what's wrong with
right.
him. But I think it's quite a dangerous cycle, so I just lodged a report.
All right, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll not discuss this, because if it's something that's
Yeah. But don't worry, just send me a request and just tell me that you heard the podcast, and by all means, if I can help you, I would help. No problem.
Yep. So just look for Aiyad Sakti lah.
Yeah. Aiyad Sakti.
Yep.
Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, it's all the same.
Yep.
Also TikTok.
And also Bigo. I don't know whether it's still running. Is it still running?
It's off already.
Yeah, it's off already. Yeah.
Yeah. But actually Bigo don't lah. Bigo it's my when I'm stressed at work, because I'm not doing a lot of music lately, and so if I'm stressed, I just after I came back from work, I would just turn it on, and then I would start singing my lungs out until I got tired, I want to sleep, then I just go off. So I wasn't searching for anything else except singing.
Yeah.
The best thing of all, it's great practice. I know I'm crap at singing, but because at that point of time, when I come late, I do 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour. It kind of improve your
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, it does though. I
Your
felt
lungs,
it.
your
Yeah. I felt that. Oh, okay. Your breathing improves.
Okay, yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
wow. Then there's this realization about being too old, and like serves you right. Yeah, smoke a lot of cigarette. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you want to sing this song? You think you're young? you know,
Yeah.
those like when you sing
Yeah,
at A minor now dah tak boleh.
Right. Yeah. Well, more health and life advice from you next time, man.
No worries,
Yeah.
man.
Thank you so much, man. Thanks for doing this. Really,
worries,
really
man.
appreciate it. Every single moment, and all the conversations. Look forward. Let's do more stuff. Yeah.
I hope
More
there's
things.
more better situation for people in the production line lah.
Yeah. I feel you, man. I feel you.
Yeah, I hope so lah. Come on,
Yeah. I mean, let's get conversations.
Yeah.
Let's get conversations going, lah. It's
Yeah.
been going around, and then, yeah,
if you want to talk about investment, guys, a lot of people who want to make music, they will talk to you about investment. But let me tell you something: people like us in the back line are the biggest investor, more bigger than the guy who invests on your music, because we are the people who invest on equipments. Don't you think we deserve it too?
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
come on.
Likewise.
We're just asking some fairness. That's about it, man.
All right, man. Let's wrap this up, man. Yeah. And, so stay safe, everyone. See you again in another one. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bang bang.